You feel it in your gut every time you replay the conversation. You said too much. You explained yourself, justified yourself, tried to prove your worth with words. And later, alone in your room, you hear those same words echo back like a bad song on repeat. You feel foolish, weak, exposed. This video is for you. The man who's tired of talking like a fool. The man who's tired of being ignored, disrespected, talked over, and then going home wondering, why do I keep letting this happen? Because here's the hard truth. A foolish man gives his power away through his mouth. A wise man carries his power in his silence, his standards, his actions. Right now, you might be that man who explains too much, who keeps saying sorry when he's done nothing wrong, who says it's fine after being disrespected, who jokes about his own pain so people don't see how much it actually hurts. You overtalk because you're trying to be liked. You over-explain because you're scared of being misunderstood. You agree when you don't mean it because you're afraid of conflict. That's not kindness. That's fear dressed up as politeness. Stoicism cuts straight through that. No fluff, no excuses. The Stoics understood something simple and brutal. Your tongue can be your greatest weapon or your worst enemy. Epictetus is telling you, before you open your mouth, you should know what your words actually mean. You should understand the weight they carry, because every sentence you speak tells the world who you are. In this video, you're going to discover 5 things a foolish man always says. 5 phrases that silently kill your respect, your attraction, your opportunities, and your self-respect. And more importantly, you'll learn what a stoic, grounded, unshakable man says instead. By the end, you won't just talk different, you'll be different, because when your words change, your standards change. When your standards change, your life changes. If you're serious about becoming that kind of man, take a second right now. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with a man who needs to hear the truth. You're not here for entertainment, you're here for transformation. Drop this in the comments to lock it in. I speak like a stoic warrior. This isn't about sounding smart. It's about becoming dangerous in the calmest way possible. A man who doesn't beg with words. A man who doesn't chase with paragraphs. A man whose silence hits harder than another man's rant. Because deep down, you know this. You're not supposed to be the clown in someone else's circus. You're not supposed to be the background noise in your own life. You're here to be the storm they didn't see coming. Quiet, controlled, inevitable. Now in this video, we're going to expose the first thing a foolish man always says. The phrase that slips out of your mouth when you're scared to lose someone, scared to be alone, scared to disappoint. You've already seen the truth. A man's power leaks out through his mouth. Now it's time to see exactly where it's leaking from. Because right now, there are phrases you say on autopilot. You don't even notice them, but everyone around you does. Women feel it. Friends feel it. Your boss feels it. They don't think he's kind. They think he's weak. The first one is brutal. I call it the beggar's tongue. It sounds like this. Please don't leave me. I'll do anything. I just don't want to lose you. You might not say those exact words out loud. Sometimes you say them in softer ways. Whatever you need, I'll change. I know you're busy, but can we please talk? I just want things to go back to how they were. Underneath all of it is the same energy. You are begging. You're not speaking as a man with a spine. You're speaking as a man who fears being alone more than he fears betraying himself. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you say, "Please don't leave me," you're doing the opposite. You are handing your emotional state to another person like a leash. You are saying, "My peace belongs to you. My worth belongs to you. My stability belongs to you." In modern life, this shows up everywhere. She pulls away, starts texting dry, stops prioritizing you. Instead of matching her distance with your own self-respect, you send long paragraphs, explain yourself, try to fix it, try to talk it out, while her respect quietly dies. At work, your boss mistreats you, overloads you, disrespects you in front of others. And instead of calmly setting boundaries or planning your exit, you cling to the job like it's oxygen. You're terrified of losing the paycheck, so you let them treat you like you're replaceable. The Stoic man sees loss differently. He understands you never really lose what is truly aligned with your character. If someone can leave you so easily, they were never a solid pillar in your life, only a passing shadow. So what does a Stoic warrior say instead? Not, "Please don't leave me." He says in his actions and in his energy, "If you can walk away from me, I will not chase you." The internal line is simple. I would rather be alone with my dignity than surrounded with people who don't respect me. Your affirmation here is this: I do not beg for presence. I command respect. The second foolish phrase is more subtle, and on the surface it seems noble. But it's rotting your backbone. It's the overused apology. You know this one. Sorry, my bad. Sorry for bothering you. Sorry, I know I'm annoying. Sorry, it was probably my fault. You apologize for existing, for having needs, for having an opinion, for taking up space. Seneca said, "A great man is hard on himself. A small man is hard on others." Being hard on yourself doesn't mean constantly apologizing. It means holding yourself to a standard, correcting your behavior, and then moving forward quietly and firmly. When you say sorry every 5 minutes, you're not being responsible. You're fishing for acceptance. You're telling people, "Please don't get mad at me. Please keep liking me." In relationships, this looks like you apologizing just to end the argument, even when you're not wrong. You say, "You're right, it's my fault," not because you believe it, but because you're afraid she'll leave, withhold affection, or blow up your phone. At work, you shrink in meetings. You start every idea with, "This might be stupid, but..." You step on your own tongue before anyone else has the chance to. The Stoic alternative isn't arrogance, it's clarity. If you're wrong, you say calmly, "I was wrong about that. Here's how I'll fix it." Then you fix it. If you're not wrong, you don't apologize just to avoid discomfort. You stand in the tension. You let someone be upset with you without desperately trying to smooth it over. Daily application is simple, but not easy. Start noticing how many times the word "sorry" leaves your mouth when there's nothing to be sorry for. Catch it, pause, replace it with neutral language. "Thank you for waiting." Instead of, "Sorry, I'm so slow. I see your point." Instead of, "Sorry, I shouldn't have said anything." Your identity shift here is this: I correct myself with strength, not with self-pity. You've now seen the first leaks in the dam, begging and over-apologizing. In the next part, you're going to see phrases that seem harmless, even polite, but slowly turn you into a man who tolerates disrespect, hides his own truth, and lives as a passenger in his own life. You've seen how your words can turn you into a beggar or a man who apologizes for existing. But there are other phrases, quieter ones, that are just as dangerous. They sound harmless, polite, even mature, but they drain your power slowly, like a slow leak in the hull of a ship. By the time you notice, you're already sinking. The third foolish phrase is this: "It's fine." I call it the doormat sentence. You say it when it is not fine. She disrespects you in front of friends. You feel that sting in your chest. Your jaw tightens. And when she asks, "What? Are you mad?" you swallow your truth and say, "Nah, it's fine." A friend cancels on you last minute for the third time. You were counting on that plan. You rearranged your day. They flake again. You respond, "All good, bro." But inside, you're furious. Your boss dumps extra work on you at 5 p.m. No warning, no respect. You want to say, "This isn't acceptable." Instead, you force a smile. Sure, it's fine. It's not fine. You're just scared to disturb the peace. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." You know what that means here? If you want to grow, you have to be willing to let people think you're difficult, serious, or too much. When you set a boundary, you have to be willing to say, "No, that's not okay with me," even if it makes things awkward. When you say, "It's fine," to what hurts, you're training the world to step on you. You're training yourself to accept crumbs. The Stoic alternative is simple, not dramatic. You don't scream. You don't make a scene. You say calmly and clearly, "That wasn't okay with me. I don't appreciate being spoken to like that. I'm not available for that last-minute change." Your affirmation: I do not say "it's fine" when it is not fine. The fourth foolish phrase is one that chains you to the floor. I can't. It shows up like this: I can't stop texting her. I can't wake up early. I can't go to the gym after work. I can't help it. That's just how I am. This is the helpless script. Every time you say, "I can't," what you really mean is, "I won't," or "I don't want to pay the price." But instead of owning that, you hide behind powerlessness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." When you say, "I can't," you throw that power in the trash. You pretend your urges are your masters, your habits are your gods, your comfort is your king. In reality, you can. You just don't want the discomfort that comes with change. Next time you catch yourself saying, "I can't," force yourself to tell the truth. Say, "Right now, I choose not to." Feel how different that hits. It might sting. Good. That sting is responsibility. Responsibility is the birthplace of strength. Your new identity statement: I am not helpless. I choose, and I own my choices. The fifth foolish phrase is one that kills more dreams than failure ever will. I'll do it later. This is the future fantasy. You say, "I'll start the gym next week. I'll work on my business idea when things calm down. I'll stop talking to her when the timing is better. I'll be more disciplined when I feel motivated." You keep pushing your life into a tomorrow that never arrives. Seneca said, "While we are postponing, life speeds by." You think you're buying time. You're not. You're spending it. The Stoic man understands that the only time he owns is now. Not next year. Not after the holidays. Not after she comes back, or after he feels ready. He looks at his excuses in the mirror and cuts them down like weeds. He takes one step today. Not a perfect step. A real one. In your life, this means you don't say, "I'll fix my body next month." You drop and do 10 push-ups today. You don't say, I'll start being more honest later. You tell the truth in one small conversation today. Your affirmation, I don't wait for someday, I move today. Now you've seen all 5. Begging, over-apologizing, saying it's fine when it's not. I can't. I'll do it later. These aren't just phrases, they're identities. They're the language of a man who has forgotten his own power. In the next part, we're going to pull all of this together. We're going to step back and look at the battlefield of your life. You'll see how these words have shaped who you are, and how new words, backed by new standards, can forge you into something else entirely. A stoic warrior with dangerous calm, unshakable in the storm. Look at where you've walked so far in this video. You started as the man who talked like a beggar, who apologized for breathing, who said, it's fine when it burned, who whispered, I can't and I'll do it later, like a prayer to weakness. Now you're starting to see it for what it really is. Not just bad language, not just sloppy communication, an identity. Every phrase was a costume you put on. The needy man, the overly nice man, the silent, resentful man, the helpless man, the someday man. And those costumes shaped how people treated you, how women saw you, how bosses, friends, family, all adjusted to you. But now, the mask is cracking. You can't unsee it. Picture yourself standing in front of a mirror, not the one in your bathroom, a deeper one, the mirror of your words. Behind you is the battlefield of your life. Arguments you lost before they started. Boundaries you never set. Respect you never claimed. Opportunities you delayed into oblivion. You can see it now. Every time you said, please don't leave, you stepped backward. Every time you said, sorry for nothing, you shrank. Every time you said, it's fine, you erased your own feelings. Every time you said, I can't, you put chains on your own wrists. Every time you said, I'll do it later, you walked off your own path. The Stoics weren't just talking about philosophy. They were talking about war, inner war. Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. You've spent years arguing with yourself. Am I good enough? Am I man enough? Am I strong enough? The Stoic answer is simple. Stop debating. Decide. And then live that decision in your words, your actions, your silence. A good man in the Stoic sense is not soft, not spineless. He is disciplined. He is measured. He is dangerous because he is controlled. When you stop begging and start walking away from disrespect, you're not becoming cold. You're becoming clear. When you stop apologizing for everything and only own what is truly yours, you're not becoming arrogant. You're becoming responsible. When you stop saying it's fine and calmly speak your truth, you're not becoming dramatic. You're becoming honest. When you stop saying I can't and start saying I choose, you're not becoming rigid. You're becoming powerful. When you stop saying I'll do it later and move now, you're not becoming obsessed. You're becoming alive. Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. Mastery doesn't start with a six-pack or $1 million. It starts with your tongue, with what you allow to come out of your mouth when you're hurt, scared, tempted, or tired. You are on the path from foolish man to stoic warrior. Not a movie warrior, not a cartoon. A man whose calm is dangerous because he's not bargaining, he's not chasing, he's not pleading. He knows who he is. And if someone doesn't see it, he doesn't talk them into it. He moves. Your life will feel different when you talk like that. Some people will pull away. Good. They were only there as long as you stayed small. Some people will test you harder. Also good. You'll finally see who's used to walking all over you. And yes, some people will step up. They'll adjust to the new you. Because deep down, everyone respects the man who respects himself. Seneca wrote, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." You don't control how long you're here or who stays. You control the quality of the man you are while you're here. Your words are the script. You are the author now. If you're still here, you're not just watching a video. You're rewriting your identity. So, lock this in by commenting, "I speak like a disciplined, dangerous, stoic man." In the final part, we're going to turn all of this into marching orders. No theory, no fluff, just clear instructions on how to speak, act, and carry yourself starting today. So your life, your relationships, your respect, and your inner peace all align with the man you're becoming. So here you are. You've walked through the fire. You've seen how a foolish man speaks, and how a stoic warrior chooses his words like a blade. You've seen yourself in those phrases, in the begging, in the over-apologizing, in the fake, "it's fine," in the "I can't," in the "I'll do it later." Now it's time to do something dangerous, not reckless, dangerous. Because a man who truly changes becomes a threat to his old life, his old patterns, his old limits. This is where talk ends and embodiment begins. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." That's your mission now, not to quote Stoicism, not to sound deep, but to live it in the smallest, most brutal moments of your day. So here's how this looks in real life. The next time someone threatens to walk away from you to manipulate you, you don't beg. You breathe. You feel the fear in your chest. And you say out loud or silently, "If you can leave, I will not chase." You let what wants to leave, leave. You stay with yourself. The next time you're about to apologize for just existing, you catch it. You feel the sorry rise up. You ask, "Did I actually do something wrong?" If yes, you own it like a man. "I was wrong, I'll fix it." If not, you replace "sorry" with strength. Thank you for your patience. Here's my perspective. The next time something stings and you want to say, "It's fine," you don't. You don't explode. You don't attack. You simply say, "That didn't sit right with me," or "I don't accept being spoken to like that." You watch how that one sentence shifts the entire dynamic. When "I can't" comes up, when your bed feels heavy, your phone feels addictive, your comfort seems non-negotiable, you tell yourself the truth. "I'm choosing comfort right now." And then you decide if you're the kind of man who lets comfort lead, or the kind who leads himself. And when "I'll do it later" whispers in your ear, you do something small now. Not perfect, not cinematic, real. One message sent, one push-up, one chapter, one boundary, one honest conversation. Your life changes in those tiny, boring, unseen decisions. The battlefield isn't out there. It's in your tongue, your mind, your habits, your standards. You are not chasing perfection after this video. You're chasing alignment, aligning your words with your values, your actions with your standards, your silence with your self-respect. From this moment on, this is your identity. You are a stoic warrior in training. You are learning to be calm, not because life is easy, but because you are rooted. You speak less, and when you do speak, your words carry weight. You don't overshare to be liked. You don't beg to be chosen. You don't shrink to be safe. If you feel resistance right now, good. That's the old you fighting for survival. Let him die. The version of you that begged, apologized for breathing, swallowed disrespect, and lived in later. He's done. From here, your code is simple. You do not beg. You do not apologize for your existence. You do not say it's fine when it's not. You do not label yourself helpless. You do not worship later while your life passes by. You stand. You speak clearly. You act today. If this message hit you, don't just click away and forget it. Lock it in. Comment this right now. I speak and act like a Stoic warrior. Share this with a man who needs to stop talking like a fool and start living like a leader. Like the video, subscribe, and stay in this brotherhood of men choosing discipline over comfort, respect over approval, and calm over chaos. Remember this as you walk back into your life. The world doesn't change when you talk about being different. It changes when you are different. When your words, your silence, your eyes, and your actions all say the same thing. I am no longer a foolish man. I am becoming unshakable.